Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Writers Cut. We're going to go over the scene with Leah and Ernie when they have their big argument. So let's watch. I wanted to pause here so that you guys can see that there's a workman's compensation check. This was written in the description of the scene, but now that I watch it over again, I don't think we actually captured that part as clearly as I would like to. Luckily, it's mentioned later on, but if you look really close, it does say workman's compensation. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that really was his bare butt. We were all in the bathroom and he was so comfortable. I don't even know if it was Jamae or me, but we had some sort of artistic direction there, and yes, that's his bare butt. So I wanted to start this thing off with a bang because the beginning of this episode was a little slower, and so in order to just pick it up real quick, I had Leah find Ernie at the house, and she had no clue that he was there, and so it starts with this like jarring moment so that it'll wake the audience up, and it's also very essential to the scene and their relationship as well.
Ernie, what are you doing here?
We're supposed to go to my cousin's baby party thing, remember?
The what?
The thing where you figure out what it is.
The gender reveal? I'm not going to that. But that doesn't explain why you naked in my bathroom.
My cousin ain't the cleanest nigga, and I needed a shower. A clean one.
Well, why your dick ashy?
I ran out of lotion.
I bet you did. Hey, have you seen my dress? The red one with the straps?
Nope.
Did you guys see how quickly he said nope? What I'm learning as a filmmaker is that you can't be subtle all the time. This is a small story that I planted that wasn't necessarily paid off all of the way. And now that the series is finished, I'm like learning as I become more experienced as a filmmaker. However, this red dress was supposed to be hidden by Ernie going back to episode 1 because he sees the world that Leah wants to re-enter, that's scaring him, and he knows that she's looking in her closet to find a bit more of the sexier clothing. She's hanging out in the studio more, and so that red dress was representing Leah kind of changing into this new person that she ends up becoming by the end of episode 5.
Hey, you really not coming with me?
We are broken up, Ernie. Besides, I got a gig tonight. Oh yeah, and when you're done, don't forget to leave your key on the counter.
Yo, I'm not leaving nothing!
Excuse me?
We are 10 years in, and you want to throw it away over an argument?
For relationships that have been together for so long, one argument is usually not the end all of it. And so now we get to see a bit of his side, his perspective, how he feels, what he's been through. And I think this moment came at the perfect time within the series because we see, Leah working towards something, but we don't see a perspective that's not hers. And so now we get to see, someone that she's been closely tied to for such a long time. And we get to see his perspective of how he stood there and how he supported her and how her wanting to just throw it all away is coming up out of the blue for him, and it's a complete shock, and he reacts accordingly.
I know what I want.
You haven't turned on that teaching job yet.
Well, that's none of your business. You just need to mind it.
And not too long ago, we were talking about having a gender reveal of our own.
Oh, boy. I changed my mind.
Yeah, you do that a lot.
As you can see, again, I spoke about this in episode 2, but tactics. There's tactics in order to get what you want. You can see Ernie using tactics. He started by being sweet. We were thinking of having a gender reveal of our own, and he takes off the towel trying to seduce her. She does not fall for it. And then he comes back with another tactic saying, we have been together for 10 years. You owe me. And so see how his tactic went from trying to seduce Leah into blaming her and attacking her. It's a change because he's trying to get what he wants from her.
I'm a singer, so
You don't know what that takes.
I will figure it out.
I'm not leaving. You owe me.
Oh, you what?
The life we planned together? 10 years of building your self-esteem back up so you even want to sing again? You owe me a family and a future.
You sound dumb.
10 years ago, I quit my job to support you. I stuck by you. Now it's your turn.
I have been sticking by you. Okay? Through the injury, the hospital bills, the hospital stays, all of it.
So here we bring up what I had said at the beginning, where we see the workman's compensation check, and then she references that in the scene. There is something called the rule of threes, and so I do think that this point would have come across clearer if I had mentioned it one more time, not in that same scene, but somewhere else. But you live and you learn.
I am tired.
Tired? You tired now? Alright, let me know how tired you are when these dudes come at you sideways. Don't call me when you tired of these niggas putting you through the fucking ringer. You gonna wish you had me watching your back.
I love the last part of this scene because we're reiterating that Leah has had past moments with men in this industry, and he was there to support her and to keep her safe and to make sure she felt safe. And so the goal is to make sure that you guys remember the story, and also that both of these characters get their due justice in these moments. I appreciate you guys watching, and come back for episode 4.
Thank you for watching episode 3 of the Writer's Cut for Crescendo. I have a playlist full of more Crescendo content and 2 more Writer's Cuts to come. And if you're still listening, hit that subscribe button because you're here. And I'll see you in another video.